We're live? Sweet. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time you're looking at this. It is now April, and I want to give you a market update. We do this every single month, and this market update is just starting to get very similar, where we talk about how the market is hot, but have a little bit of a twist I want to share with you guys this time around, give you all the stats of what is going on in the Lehigh Valley market right now, and what you can do to help what we call the market crisis and the information that is going on right now in our market that is confusing a lot of people what's going on. So let's get into it. So here's a quick snapshot of year-to-year changes in key metrics. Showings up. Purchase applications for mortgages up. Pending deals down slightly. Existing home sales up. New home sales up. Listing home inventory significantly down, and new home inventory down as well. So what this is showing us, that it is still not only just a seller's market, but a absolutely red hot seller's market because of the fact that showings are up. Applications are up for home buyers. There's more home buyers right now in our marketplace than there were this time last year and in 2019. Because when we think of last year, we think of the initial impacts of coronavirus, everything getting shut down, us now coming out of that. So I'm comparing everything to 2019 as well, where it was a pretty good market. But you can see here, inventory, major crunches still with everything. And the one thing that we go to is we go to Google and we find out, hey, what are everybody searching for right now? What is the public searching for on Google of everything? And these are a lot of the hot terms that are coming up. When is the housing market going to crash? We're going to talk about that today. Why is the market so hot? We're going to talk about that this time. And actually, you can see that it's doubled in the last week of people asking that question. And then another one, how much over asking price should I offer on a home in 2021? So what that tells me is that people are figuring out when the market is going to crash. Should they buy now? We'll answer that. Why is the market so hot? They're all starting to figure that out, but it's starting to compound. And then, but it also shows that the public is a lot more educated on how hot this market is, because it has been going on for several months. Because now they're asking just a flat out question: how much should I offer on a home in 2021? Especially over asking price is the key there. On average right now, from the statistics of NAR, 4.1 offers in the month of February that's coming in. March, I can guarantee you it's going to be over 5. Here at DLP, we've seen offers 30, 40 offers on one home. We have people lined up out at the driveway with open houses. When you get a listing, hits the open market, it is absolutely insane how many offers you will get on a home right now, given the system. Yet, mortgage rates are starting to creep up a little bit. We're starting to see averages of the mid threes right now, with a lot of the interest rates on average right now about 3.18 that it's gone up to. But we're starting to see these interest rates starting to creep up a little bit, and we're going to see that over here. Now, we're not going to see the huge spikes that you saw in 2017, 2018, and we're also not going to see that sharp decline anymore. We're probably going to see that leveling out and continue to go up a little bit. But at the same time, that still means that housing affordability, like we talk about every single month, is still great. So everybody talks to me, hey, Jonathan, I see the prices are skyrocketing, but I don't know if it's the right time to buy. I'm going to wait for that crash. Well, I'm here to spoil that a little bit. It's not going to crash, and we don't see any indications of a market crash at all, because there's a lot of differences between this market and when it crashed back in 2006, 2007, when we saw similar things. But home affordability is very high because of how low the interest rates are right now. As we mentioned earlier, showings up still. You can see here on orange line last year. That's why I don't want to compare 2020 with showings, because we were actually shut down. We couldn't show homes. And you can see here it flatlined completely with no showings. 2019, that's what this bar graph is, this light purple one. And then this orange little dot shows us the 2021 weekly average. As you can see here, higher than the last 2 years overall, which means that the buyers are out there showing homes at a massive level. Percent of list price received, over 100%. It's at 100.5% for the month of March, which means that the house hits the market, you are going to pay on average that listing price, if not above. So it's an incredibly, incredibly hot market. That Google search that said, how much over asking price should I offer, is a real thing, because on average, as you can see here, the homes are selling for more than asking price. Big number there. Average sales price going up, still continuing to climb, over 16% increase from this time last year. Prices have gone up even since February of February and March. Numbers are going up continuously month over month, over 16% since this time last year. Huge appreciation in houses. Inventory continues to actually go down, unfortunately. We're at 558 homes on average, 55% decline from this time last year. Again, major dips in inventory, which when we talk about supply and demand, obviously the demand is much higher than supply right now, which is driving a lot of these prices up as we speak. New listings, good news is they're starting to come back on the market. Reason we're right now, it's up from last year because of everything that was shut down in our local marketplace. So of course these average numbers are going to be much higher than last year because there wasn't really many homes coming on the month in March. Everything was shut down. Now springtime, more normalized spring market. Yes, it is a hyper seller market because of supply and demand. But the good news is homes are starting to creep onto the market with the springtime and with some things becoming a little bit more normal. But we want to know, where will these listings come from in 2021? What does that market look like? Will it crash? And where are these homes coming from? And also the other question to ask yourself is, because I've been seeing this a lot right now, the market's so hot. Why don't I just list my home myself? I can avoid all the real estate commissions and save some money, because anybody and their mother can sell a home in today's market. So let's talk about that. So one of the things that I want to lead back to is that initial question is the market going to crash? No, it's not. We don't see this happening at all. There's no indications of it whatsoever. One of the reasons for this is because of borrower risk. And what that means is lending guidelines have tightened, as you can see. Back in 2006, 2007, interest rates were a lot higher. They were on average between 6 and 7% at that time. Also, the guidelines for product was a little bit more open, meaning that, hey, you can get into a house with zero money down, zero out of pocket. Things were very loose at that time. You can see that their risk was pretty darn high in 2006 and 2007. And then things tightened up after the crash. And you can see here that because lending is tighter right now, people have a lot more money invested into the actual homes that they're buying. There's a lot more stability in the market, meaning that there's not as many foreclosures. Things are going pretty darn well for people with this. And we don't see much borrower risk at all right now. And a lot of people are sitting on a lot of equity. And the other thing that we see is also the number of forbearances and foreclosures, even if all of them, and these are forbearances that these are people that are truly still in trouble, meaning that they're behind on their payments, they've missed it, and they haven't worked anything out with their bank. There's about 325,000 roughly of those in the country. And what we see is, because the inventory is so low, if all of those foreclosures would actually hit the market, guess what? You're still at numbers that are less than what they were last year, and in 2019, and in 2018, and in 2017 and 16. You get the idea that even if all those homes would flood the market at one time, which they wouldn't do that, but even if they did, you would still have a tremendous amount of inventory to catch up with. I mean, the magic number that we see to really hit this number is about 2.5 million homes that need to hit the market, and that's just not going to happen overnight. So it's a major gap of inventory versus buyer demand right now. And so we don't see this market slowing down really anytime soon. And one of the things that creates is I call it kind of like the lie that a lot of people are like, oh, my neighbor sold their home and the home sold in 4 days. On average, you saw the stats, 4 or 5 offers on a home, no matter what. So it's like, yeah, why do you need a real estate agent? I think I could just put my home on Zillow. I could probably just stick a sign in the yard, and you know what? Tomorrow it's going to be gone. And honestly, that's a fact. I mean, anybody can get an offer pretty darn quickly. But there's a difference. We call it ROI, return on your investment. And what we've noticed, and this is not just a stat from us, this is a stat right from the National Association of Realtors, people that are tracking every single one of these. And what they've noticed is that when you have a for sale by owner, on average in this marketplace, you're getting about $218,000. Now, for sale by owners where you know the buyer, meaning like, hey, you just sold it to a family member or you knew this person, it's actually significantly less. And then homes that are sold by an agent, especially with DLP, is they're getting much more value, $295,000 on average. So you might think, because when they ran the survey, they said, all right, why are you actually doing a for sale by owner? And over 42% of the people that were question, they said they wanted to save money on commission. So a lot of people are looking at this, oh, I could save money on commission in this seller's market, I'll get max value. But there's two problems to that. One, you're not going to expose your home to everybody. I mean, we have over 100,000 people in our database. We're able to contact very strong buyers right away. We're able to get cash offers on the home, be able to get inspections. There's so many things that you can do, not only from that, but then the second thing that a lot of people don't think about is, yeah, you get maximum exposure. You get access to an off-market database. You get a lot of offers on your home. But then the second thing is did you price that home correctly? A lot of people, they'll go on Zillow and they'll just type in a number or their address, and it spits it out and it tells them a number. But is that something that you really want to go off of? I mean, I showed you the stats. I mean, the market went up 16, 17%. In some markets, it's gone up 30% year over year. And it's constantly going up month over month over month. So do you really want to take that risk of underpricing your home, undercutting your market, letting people know, hey, I want to list my house at $225,000, and you might get an offer of $240,000, $250,000, and you're like, great, but we know the market very well. We know what things are selling for. We know what our buyers are willing to pay for a home, and we go in and hey, we recommend going in at $275,000, $285,000. Might be able to push this thing up to $295,000. There is tremendous value in that. So the thing I want to challenge everybody with is, yeah, anybody can sell a home. My neighbor can sell a home. You could stick a sign in your yard, your home will be sold tomorrow. You will have people drive by it and they will want your home. But are you truly giving it that market exposure that it needs? Do you have that plan in place to know where you're going for the next thing? That's going to cost you money. Are you going to move twice? Are you going to move 3 times? You're going to only move once and balance all of that out. Are you going to save money on just commission? Or do you really want to get that ROI and that proper return on investment that you're making by working with an agent? So just think about that when you just have that idea of, you know what, I'm just going to sell this on my own. There's a lot more to it, and you're going to be leaving a tremendous amount of money on the table, guaranteed. So reach out to us. Let us give you all of the information on your home, what it's going to sell for, what your next steps will be as far as finding that next home, so you don't have to pay overages on moving twice, getting into temporary rental situations, having the burden of moving in back in with family, all of that. And not only that, price your home correctly. I see it so many times right now, under-trained agents or for sale by owners. They go in, they underprice the home, and it doesn't truly sell for the maximum value that it should be because of the lack of the knowledge of the open market right now. Then when you want to talk about the open market, like I said, I don't see the prices going down anytime soon. We're starting to see this. A lot of experts are weighing in on this. This actually came back from a bunch of different studies from not only local economists, but nationwide economists, and they're all showing predictive trends of home prices continuing to climb because that inventory is just not going to be there. That's why it's very, very important, not only on the buying side, to buy now, because you have incredible interest rates. You get in at the bottom line of this $350,000, knowing that you're probably going to start gaining equity moving forward, and you're not just paying rent and giving it to the landlord. You're truly building something of wealth. But on the same side, on the home seller side, or on the opposite side, on the home seller side, you got to know what that current market value is. You're not just comparing it to sold and settled homes that have sold last year, 6 months from ago. I see it too much in this market where people are just comparing their home to a home that sold last year. Well, guess what? That market's gone up significantly. So let's talk about what's available, what's under contract, and what are the prices that we're getting now. And not only that, what are the prices you're getting now, but what is our database willing to pay for your home that you can't predict? And that's what the big difference is with partnering with somebody like us on this. So the funny thing is, though, I've talked about price, talked about what the market is doing, but a lot of the questions that we get when we're going out on appointments is, where are you going to go? And the simple fact is that a lot of people, they're trying to figure that out, that they know their house is going to sell. They know their house is going to sell quickly. We're going to be able to give them top dollar, advise you on the best price of your home. But then the major thing that we got to accomplish now is, where are you going to go? And the one thing that a lot of people don't know is that many of the homes, and really the best homes that are sold, are actually sold off the market, meaning that we have access to an inventory list of people we know are going to sell. We've advised them on their price. We know what their timelines are, where they're going, what's looking like that. And a lot of times those deals are found off the market. You're not going to find them on Zillow. You're not going to find them on the local MLSs. You're not going to find them on your realtor.coms. You got to come to us for access to that information, because we can help you get into that next home with very, 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 very little hassle. Because again, we know when these people are going to be selling their homes and for how much and their timelines. So reach out to us. We have access to a lot of these properties. Some of them might not match up with you, but you know what? We will match up these homes and wait for that home to also come on them into our hands that might fit your needs. So always reach out to us. We call it our off-market opportunities. We get you access to that. Just go to dlprealty.com, reach out to us, and we'll get you all that information that you need. Other things here, I mean, you just got to know all your options. Know all your options. There's so many of them between our cash offers, our lease back program. If you want to sell your home and lease it back from us, we have no problem with that. Trade up guaranteed, our immediate buyout. I mean, all these different solutions. We're going to come out. We're going to give you all the information that you need. Not only give you what your home would actually sell for on the open market, but what that market looks like, what all the options are to sell your home. So it's simple. Sign up, go to our coming soon list, and then go to dlprealty.com. Go there, click on sellers, and you can download a free home evaluation. Type in your address there. What we'll do is it'll spit you out overall what the market is doing there. But then what we'll do is we'll reach out to you and we'll say, hey, take us on a tour of your home via Zoom, or schedule a time for one of our agents to come out. And what our we call them success managers. What our success manager will do will come out to your home, give you all the options to sell your home. No pressure, don't have to sign up for anything, but they'll at least give you the accurate information that you need in this market. And I can't stress it enough in this market. A lot of people are on the fence about selling their home. They might be on the fence for selling their home because, one, they don't know what their true value of their home is. They don't realize how much money they might be missing out because they just looked it up on Zillow or something like that. Second thing is they might not know where they're going. We can at least guide you through that, show you some of those off-market opportunities, show you what's going on in this market. And not only that, we're starting to see some restrictions lifted with COVID and people getting back into the offices, getting back into school. And so showings, because of all the vaccinations going out there, showings are becoming a lot more common within the home. And it's becoming a lot safer for a lot of people. It's relieving some of that stress. So we're seeing some really, really, really good signs in this market right now. But we need your help. We have a ton of buyers right now looking for homes. And we just want somebody to raise their hand and be like, hey, I want to know all my options to sell my home. I might not be ready now, but you know what? I know that DLP can provide me all this information and get you access to it. And that's all we're asking. We're asking to help out people and make sure that we can get you all the accurate information that you're looking for, and not the stuff that's flying around out there that you just don't know. So anyway, market incredibly, incredibly hot right now. Don't go buying in on when the market is going to crash. Don't go buying in on what all this looks like for you, that you gotta wait, No, now is the time. It's just an incredible time. It's the spring market right now, and it's a beautiful thing. So looking forward to May and giving you an update on what happened in April, because it is absolutely on fire right now. You're going to see some crazy stats on number of offers. How much more did those houses go up in value? And looking forward to next month. So take care.